The Merry Wives of Windsor, Act 4, Scene 1. Enter Mistress Page, Mistress Quickly, William. Mrs. Page. Is he at Master Ford's already, thinkest thou? Sure he is by this, or will be presently, but truly he is very courageous mad about his throwing into the water. Mistress Ford desires you to come suddenly. I'll be with her by and by. I'll but bring my young man here to school. Look where his master comes. 'Tis a playing day, I see. How now, Sir Hugh, no school today? No, Master Slender is let the boys leave to play. Blessing of his heart! Sir Hugh, my husband, says my son profits nothing in the world at this book. I pray you ask him some questions in his accidents. Come hither, William. Hold up your head. Come. Come on, Sarah. Hold up your head. Answer your master. Be not afraid. William, how many numbers is in nouns? 2. Truly, I thought there had been one number more, because they say odds nouns. Peace your tattlings. What is fair, William? Pulcher. Polecats? There are fairer things than polecats, sure. You are a very simplicity, Omen. I pray you peace. What is lapis, William? A stone. And what is a stone, William? A pebble. No, it is a lapis. I pray you remember your pain. Lapis. That is good, William. What is he, William, that does lend articles? Articles are borrowed of the pronoun, and be thus declined singulariter nominativo, hic haec hoc, nominativo hig hag hog. Pray you mark genitivo, hugis. Well, what is your accusative case? Accusativo hinc. I pray you have your remembrance, child. Accusativo hung hang hog. Hang hog is Latin for bacon, I warrant you. Leave your prables, Oman. What is the vocative case, William? Oh, vocativo, oh. Remember, William, vocative is carrot. And that's a good root. Oman, forbear. Peace. What is your genitive case, plural, William? Genitive case? A. Genitivo, horum, harum, horum. Vengeance of Ginny's case. Fee on her. Never name her, child, if she be a whore. For shame, Omen. You do ill to teach the child such words. He teaches him to hick and to hack, which they'll do fast enough of themselves, and to call horum fee upon you. Oman, art thou lunatics? Hast thou no understandings for thy cases and the numbers of genders? Thou art as foolish Christians creatures as I would desire. Prithee hold thy peace. Show me now, William, some declensions of your pronouns. Forsooth I have forgot. 'Tis key, K, quad. If you forget your keys, your K's, and your quads, you must be preaches. Go your ways and play. Go. He is a better scholar than I thought he was. He is a good sprag Mmerry. Farewell, Mistress Page. Adieu, good Sir Hugh. Get you home, boy. Come, will ye stay too long? And another graphic. So that was Evans and the boy, Mistress Page, and quickly interrogating the boy. Scene 2. Enter Falstaff, Mistress Ford. Falstaff. Mistress Ford, your sorrow hath eaten up my sufferance. I see you are obsequious in your love, and I profess requital to a hair's breadth, not only Mistress Ford, in the simple office of love, but in all the accoutrement, compliment, and ceremony of it. But are you sure of your husband now? He's a birding, sweet John. What ho, gossip Ford, what ho! Step into the chamber, Sir John. How now, sweetheart? Who's at home besides yourself? Why, none but mine own people. Indeed, no, certainly. Speak louder. Truly, I am glad, so glad you have nobody here. Why? Why, woman, your husband is in his old lines again. He so takes on yonder with my husband, so rails against all married mankind, so curses all Eve's daughters, of what complexion soever, and so buffets himself on the forehead, crying, peer out, that any madness I ever yet beheld seemed but tameness, civility, and patience to this his distemper he is in now. I am glad the fat knight is not here. Why does he talk of him? Of none but him, and swears he was carried out the last time he searched for him in a basket. Protests to my husband he is now here, and hath drawn him and the rest of their company from their sport, to make another experiment of his suspicion. I am glad the knight is not here now. Now he shall see his own foolery. How near is he, Mistress Page? Hard by at street end he will be here anon. I am undone, the knight is here. Why, then, you are utterly shamed, and he's but a dead man. What a woman are you! Away with him, better shame than murder. Which way should he go? How should I bestow him? Shall I put him into the basket again? No, I'll come no more, I the basket. May I not go out here he come? Alas, 3 of Master Ford's brothers watched the door with pistols, that none shall issue out, otherwise you might slip away ere he came. But what make you here? What shall I do? I'll creep up into the chimney. There they always use to discharge their birding pieces. Creep into the kill hole. Where is it? He will seek there, on my word. Neither press, coffer, chest, trunk, well, vault, but he hath an abstract for the remembrance of such places, and goes to them by his note. There is no hiding you in the house. I'll go out then. If you go out in your own semblance, you die, Sir John, unless you go out disguised. How might we disguise him? Alas, the day I know not. There is no woman's gown big enough for him, otherwise he might put on a hat, a muffler, and a kerchief, and so escape. Good hearts, devise something, an extremity rather than a mischief. My maid's aunt, the fat woman of Brainford, has a gown above. On my word, it will serve him. She's as big as he, and there's her thrummed hat and her muffler too. Run up, Sir John. Go, go, sweet John. Mistress Page and I will look some linen for your head. Quick, quick, we'll come dress you straight. Put on the gown the while. I would my husband would meet him in this shape. He cannot abide the old woman of Brainford. He swears she's a witch, forbade her my house, and hath threatened to beat her. Heaven guide him to thy husband's cudgel, and the devil guide his cudgel afterwards. But is my husband coming? In good sadness is he, and talks of the basket too, howsoever he hath had intelligence. We'll try that, for I'll appoint my men to carry the basket again, to meet him at the door with it, as they did last time. Nay, but he'll be here presently. Let's go dress him like the witch of Brainford. I'll first direct my men what they should do with the basket. Go up, I'll bring linen for him straight. Hang him, dishonest varlet. We cannot misuse him enough. We'll leave a proof by that which we will do. Wives may be merry, and yet honest too. We do not act that honest, that often jest and laugh. 'Tis old but true, still swine eats all the draff. Go, sirs, take the basket again on your shoulders. Your master is hard at work at the door. If he bid you set it down, obey him, quickly dispatch. Come, come, take it up. Pray heaven it be not full of night again. I hope not. I had lief as bear so much lead. But if it prove true, Master Page, have you any way then to unfool me again? Set down the basket, villain. Somebody call my wife. Youth in a basket. Oh, you panderly rascals, there's a knot, a gang, a pack, a conspiracy against me. Now shall the devil be shamed. What wife, I say? Come, come forth. Behold what honest clothes you send forth to bleaching. Why, this passes, Master Ford. You are not to go loose any longer. You must be pinioned. Why, this is lunatics. This is mad as mad dog. Indeed, Master Ford, this is not well indeed. So say I too, sir. Come hither, Mistress Ford, the honest woman, the modest wife, the virtuous creature that hath the jealous fool to her husband. I suspect without cause, mistress, do I. Heaven be my witness, you do, and if you suspect me in any dishonesty, well said, brazen face. Hold it out. Come forth, sirrah. This passes. Are you not ashamed? Let the clothes alone. I shall find you anon. 'Tis unreasonable. Will you take up your wife's clothes? Come away. Empty the basket, I say. Why, man, why? Master Page, as I am a man, there was one conveyed out of my house yesterday in this basket. Why may not he be there again? In my house I am sure he is. My intelligence is true, my jealousy is reasonable. Pluck me out all the linen. If you find a man there, he shall die a flea's death. Here's no man. By my fidelity, this is not well, Master Ford. This wrongs you. Master Ford, you must pray and not follow the imaginations of your own heart. This is jealousy's. Well, he's not here I seek for. No, nor nowhere else but in your brain. Help to search my house this one time. If I find not what I seek, show no color for my extremity. Let me ever be your table sport. Let them say of me, as jealous as Ford that searched a hollow walnut for his wife's leman. Satisfy once more search with me. What ho, Mistress Page, come you and the old woman down. My husband will come into the chamber. Old woman? What old woman's that? Why, it's my maid's aunt of Brainford, a witch, a queen, an old cozening queen. Have I not forbid her my house? She comes of errands, does she? We are simple men. We do not know what's brought to pass under the profession of fortune telling. She works by charms, by spells, by the figure, and such daubry as this is beyond our element. We know nothing. Come down, you witch, you hag, you. Come down, I say. Nay, good sweet husband, good gentleman, let him not strike the old woman. Come, Mother Pratt, come give me your hand. I'll prat her. Out of my door, you witch, you rag, you baggage, you polecat, you runyon. Out, out. I'll conjure you, I'll fortune tell you. Are you not ashamed? I think you have killed the poor woman. Nay, he will do it. 'Tis a goodly credit for you. Hang her, witch. By ye and no, I think the omen is a witch indeed. I like not when a omen has a great beard. I spy a great beard under his muffler. Will you follow, gentlemen? I beseech you, follow. See but the issue of my jealousy. If I cry out thus upon no trail, never trust me when I open again. Let's obey his humor a little further. Come, gentlemen. Trust me, he beat him most pitifully. Nay, by the mass, that he did not. He beat him most unpitifully, methought. I'll have the cudgel hollowed and hung over the altar. It hath done a meritorious service. What think you? May we, with the warrant of womanhood and the witness of a good conscience, pursue him with any further revenge? The spirit of wantonness is sure scarred out of him, if the devil have him not in fee simple with fine recovery of the scene I was reading from. He is looking for Falstaff, first in the basket and then arguing with everyone. Okay. So, scene 3. Enter host and Bardolph. Bardolph. Sir, the Germans desire to have 3 of your horses. The Duke himself will be tomorrow at court, and they are going to meet him. What Duke should that be come so secretly? I hear not of him in the court. Let me speak with the gentlemen. They speak English? Ay, sir, I'll call them to you. They shall have my horses, but I'll make them pay. I'll sauce them. They have had my house a week at command. I have turned away my other guests. They must come off. I'll sauce them. Come. Scene 4. 'Tis one of the best discretions of a omen as ever I did look upon. And did he send you both these letters at an instant? Within a quarter of an hour? Pardon me, wife, henceforth do what thou wilt. I rather will suspect the sun with cold than thee with wantonness. Now doth thy honour stand in him that was of late an heretic, as firm as faith. 'Tis well, no more. Be not as extreme in submission as in offence. But let our plot go forward. Let our wives yet once again, to make us public sport, appoint a meeting with this old fat fellow, where we may take him and disgrace him for it. There is no better way than that they spoke of. How? To send him word they'll meet in the park at midnight? Fie, he'll never come. You say he has been thrown in the rivers, and has grievously peaten as an old omen. Methinks there should be terrors in him that he should not come. Methinks his flesh is punished. He shall have no desires. So think I too. Devise but how you'll use him when he comes, and let us too devise to bring him thither. There's an old tale goes that Herne the hunter, sometime a keeper here in Windsor forest, doth all the winter time at still midnight walk round about an oak with great ragged horns. And there he blasts the tree and takes the cattle, and makes milch kine yield blood, and shakes a chain in a most hideous and dreadful manner. You have heard of such a spirit, and well you know, the superstitious idle-headed eld received and did deliver to our age this tale of Herne the hunter for a truth. Why, yet there want not many that do fear in deep of night to walk by this Herne's oak. But what of this? Mmerry, this is our device, that Falstaff at that oak shall meet with us, disguised like Herne, with huge horns on his head. Well, let it not be doubted but he'll come, and in this shape, when you have brought him thither, what shall be done with him? What is your plot? That likewise have we thought upon, and thus Nan Page, my daughter, and my little son, and 3 or 4 more of their growth will dress like urchins, oofs, and fairies, green and white, with rounds of waxen tapers on their heads, and rattles in their hands upon a sudden, as Falstaff she and I are newly met. Let them from forth a saw-pit rush at once, with some diffused song upon their sight. We too in great amazedness will fly. Then let them all encircle him about, and fairy-like to pinch the unclean knight, and ask him why that hour of fairy revel in their so sacred paths he dares to tread in shape profane. And till he tell the truth, let the supposed fairies pinch him sound, and burn him with their tapers. The truth being known, we'll all present ourselves, dishorn the spirit, and mock him home to Windsor. The children must be practiced well to this, or they'll never do it. I will teach the children their behaviors, and I will be like a jackanapes also, to burn the night with my tabor. That will be excellent. I'll go by them vizards. My Nan shall be the queen of all the fairies, finely attired in a robe of white. That silk will I go by, and in that time shall Master Slender steal my Nan away, and marry her at Eton, go send to Falstaff straight. Nay, I'll to him again, and in name of Brooke, he'll tell me all his purpose. Sure he'll come. Fear not you that. Go get us properties and tricking for our fairies. Let us about it. It is admirable pleasures and very honest knaveries. Go, Mistress Ford, send quickly to Sir John to know his mind. I'll to the doctor, he hath my good will, and none but he to marry with Nan Page. That Slender, though well landed, is an idiot, and he my husband best of all effects. The doctor is well moneyed, and his friends potent at court. He, none but he, shall have her, though 20,000 worthier come to crave her. Scene 5. What wouldst thou have, boar? What thick skin? Speak, breathe, discuss. Brief, short, quick, snap. Marry, sir, I'll come to speak with Sir John Falstaff from Master Splendor. There's his chamber, his house, his castle, his standing bed and truckle bed. 'Tis painted about with the story of the prodigal fresh and new. Go knock and call. He'll speak like an Anthropophagian unto thee. Knock, I say. There's an old woman, a fat woman, gone up into his chamber. I'll be so bold as stay, sir, till she come down. I come to speak with her indeed. Ha, a fat woman? The night may be robbed. I'll call, bully knighted. Bully Sir John, speak from thy lungs military. Art thou there? It is thine host, thine Ephesian calls. How now, mine host? Here's a Bohemian Tartar tarries the coming down of thy fat woman. Let her descend, bully, let her descend. My chambers are honorable. Fee, privacy, fee. There was mine host, an old fat woman, even now with me, but she's gone. Pray you, sir, was it not the wise woman of Brainford? Mmerry, was it muscle shell? What would you with her? My master, sir, my master Slender sent to her, seeing her go thorough the streets, to know, sir, whether one nime, sir, that beguiled him of a chain, had the chain or no. I spake with the old woman about it. And what says she, I pray, sir? Mmerry, says she, that the very same man that beguiled Master Slender of his chain cozened him of it. I would I could have spoken with the woman herself. I had other things to have spoken with her too from him. What are they? Let us know. Come quick. I may not conceal them, sir. Conceal them, or thou diest. Why, sir, they were nothing but about mistress and page, to know if it were my master's fortune to have her or no. Tis his fortune. What, sir? To have her or no. Go, say the woman told me so. May I be bold to say so, sir? Sir, like who more bold? I thank your worship. I shall make my master glad with these tidings. Thou art clerkly, Sir John. Was there a wise woman with thee? That there was, mine host, one that hath taught me more wit than ever I learned before in my life. And I paid nothing for it neither, but was paid for my learning. Out alas, sir, cozenage, mere cozenage. Where be my horses? Speak well of them, Varleto. Run away with the cozeners. For soon as I came beyond Eton, they threw me off from behind one of them in a slough of mire, and set spurs and away like three German devils, three Dr. Faustuses. They are gone but to meet the Duke, villain. Do not say they be fled. Germans are honest men. Where is mine host? What is the matter, sir? Have a care of your entertainments. There is a friend of mine come to town. Tells me there is 3 cozened Germans that has cozened all the hosts of Redens, of Maidenhead, of Colebrook, of horses and money. I tell you for good will, look you. You are wise and full of jibes and flouting stocks, and 'tis not convenient you should be cozened. Fare you well. Where is mine host de Jartir? Here, master doctor, in perplexity and doubtful dilemma. I cannot tell what that is, but it is a tell me that you make grand preparation for a Duke de Germany. By my trot, there is no Duke that the court is no to come. I tell you for good will, adieu. Hue and cry, villain, go. Assist me, knight, I am undone. Fly, run, hue, and cry, villain, I am undone. I would all the world might be cozened, for I have been cozened and beaten too, if it should come to the ear of the court how I have been transformed, and how my transformation hath been washed and cudgeled. They would melt me out of my fat drop by drop, and liquor fishermen's boots with me. I warrant they would whip me with their fine wits till I were as crestfallen as a dried pear. I never prospered since I forswore myself at Primero. Well, if my wind were but long enough to say my prayers, I would repent. Now whence you come? From the 2 parties, forsooth. The devil take one party and his damn the other. And so they shall be both bestowed. I have suffered more for their sakes, more than the villainous inconstancy of man's disposition is able to bear. And have not they suffered? Yes, I warrant, spaciously one of them, Mistress Ford, good heart, is beaten black and blue that you cannot see a white spot about her. What tellest thou me of black and blue? I was beaten myself into all the colours of the rainbow, and I was like to be apprehended for the witch of Brainford, but that my admirable dexterity of wit, my counterfeiting the action of an old woman, delivered me. The knave constable had set me I the stocks, I the common stocks, for a witch. Sir, let me speak with you in your chamber. You shall hear how things go, and I warrant to your content. Here is a letter will say somewhat, good hearts, what ado here is to bring you together. Sure, one of you does not serve heaven well, that you are so crossed. Come up into my chamber. Scene 6. Master Fenton, talk not to me. My mind is heavy. I will go over all. Yet hear me speak, assist me in my purpose. And as I am a gentleman, I'll give thee £100 in gold more than your loss. I will hear you, Master Fenton, and I will at last keep your counsel. From time to time I have acquainted you with the dear love I bear to fair and page, who mutually hath answered my affection. So far forth as herself might be her chooser, even to my wish. I have a letter from her, of such contents as you will wonder at, the mirth whereof so larded with my matter, that neither singly can be manifested without the show of both. Fat Falstaff hath a great scene, the image of the jest. I'll show you here at large. Hark, good mine host. To-night, at Hearn's Oak, just twixt 12 and 1, must my sweet Nan present the fairy queen. The purpose why is here in which disguise, while other jests are something rank on foot. Her father hath commanded her to slip away with Slender, and with him at Eton, immediately to marry she hath consented. Now, sir, her mother even strong against that match, and firm for Dr. Caius hath appointed, that he shall likewise shuffle her away, while other sports are tasking of their minds, and at the deanery where a priest attends, straight marry her to this her mother's plot. She, seemingly obedient, likewise hath made a promise to the doctor. Now thus it rests. Her father means she shall be all in white, and in that habit, when Slender sees his time, to take her by the hand and bid her go. She shall go with him, her mother hath intended, the better to denote her to the doctor, for they must all be masked and vizarded. That quaint in green she shall be loose enrobed, with ribands pendant flaring bout her head. And when the doctor spies his vantage ripe, to pinch her by the hand, and on that token the maid hath given consent to go with him. Which means she to deceive father or mother. Both, my good host, to go along with me, and here it rests that you'll procure the vicar to stay for me at church. Jah Rastafari, Jesus Christ, amen.